Let me start with a truth most men don't want to hear. A woman rarely gets stuck on the man she loves. She gets stuck on the man who triggers her emotions, even the difficult ones. And here's the wild part. She might tell you she's moving on. She might act cold, distant, over it. But deep down, something in you still pulls her. Something she can't switch off. Today, I'm breaking down why she can't detach from you, even if she swears she can. And if you watch till the end, you'll understand the exact psychology that keeps a woman mentally tied to you, and how to use it without being manipulative or needy. Most men get this wrong, but by the end of this video, you won't. Here's the thing, most men try to fix a situation with a woman by doing the exact behaviors that drive her further away. You chase, you explain, you overtext, you try to prove your worth, and every time she pulls away, you panic. You double down, and suddenly you become predictable, available, and emotionally exposed. The problem isn't that you're a bad guy. The problem is you're trying to solve an emotional problem with logical actions. Let me paint the picture. She says she's done, so you write a long paragraph, or you keep checking her socials, or you try to talk, hoping she'll understand. But she doesn't want logic. She wants feeling. She can't detach from you because you once gave her a certain set of emotions, but you also lose her the moment you stop being the source of those emotions. That's what today's video is about. Here's the psychology. Humans don't bond with people. They bond with emotional experiences. Think of your favorite movie. You don't love the characters. You love the way they made you feel. Same with her. When she can't detach, it's because you created a specific emotional cocktail in her body. Excitement, validation, curiosity, tension, unpredictability, connection. It's the mix that keeps her hooked. Not your looks, not your messages, not your promises. You were an experience, and experiences are addictive. But what if you stopped giving that emotional cocktail? Without realizing it, you're about to find out. Here's a secret. Consistent love doesn't create the strongest attachment. Intermittent emotional rewards do. It's the same psychological mechanism casinos use to keep people hooked. A slot machine doesn't give you money every time. It gives you small, unpredictable wins, just enough to keep you going, craving more. Your dynamic with her works the same way. Maybe you weren't the perfect guy. Maybe you weren't always available. Maybe you pulled away sometimes, intentionally or by accident. Guess what? Those moments created tension, suspense, uncertainty, ingredients that the female brain subconsciously associates with romantic obsession. She's not addicted to you, she's addicted to the unpredictability, but there's a deeper layer, something most men never think about. Sometimes a woman can't detach because you trigger parts of her past she hasn't resolved. Maybe you trigger her fear of abandonment. Maybe you trigger her desire to fix someone. Maybe you remind her of someone she lost. Or you represent a type of man she always falls for. It's not your fault, but emotionally she ties those wounds to you. Think of it like scratching a mosquito bite. It's irritating. It's painful. But she keeps returning to it because the emotional itch feels oddly familiar. But that's not all. There's a psychological twist men never expect. A woman doesn't get attached to the man she has. She gets attached to the man she imagines she could have, with enough healing, enough patience, enough time. You represent a story in her mind. Maybe she saw you as her upgrade. Maybe she saw you as the man she could grow with. Maybe she saw potential, and potential is one of the most addictive things on earth. Even when she walks away, a part of her stays stuck in the fantasy of what you could have been. She's attached to the dream, not the present, and this is why your distance affects her more than your presence. Here's the psychology. Women don't detach from men who argue with them. They detach from men they can't read. Silence creates a void, and the female brain fills that void with fantasy, fear, and speculation. That's why when you pull away, suddenly she watches your stories. She asks mutual friends about you. She revisits old texts. She gets emotional. She rethinks everything. Your silence triggers curiosity, and curiosity fuels attachment. When you stop giving her the emotional attention she relied on, her brain goes into withdrawal, and guess what withdrawal does? It intensifies desire. But silence only works if you do one thing correctly. A man with self-respect is rare. A man who doesn't beg is rare. A man who can walk away is rare. And rarity creates value. If she senses you're not desperate, if she senses you won't collapse without her, if she senses you have options, she will always feel a pull toward you, even if she doesn't want to. Women detach easily from men who have no boundaries, but they struggle to detach from men who stay grounded in their identity. Your calmness becomes mysterious, your distance becomes attractive, your independence becomes unforgettable, but here's the main reason she can't detach. This is the ultimate paradox. A woman becomes attached to a man who gives her two things, emotional safety and emotional instability, not toxic instability, but unpredictability, excitement, challenge. You are both her comfort and her craving, her peace and her curiosity, her softness and her anxiety. That contrast is what makes her feel deeply connected to you. Humans remember intensity, not stability. If you brought intense emotions into her life, even during arguments, even during confusion, she will struggle to detach. You live in her nervous system now. Let's get brutally honest for a moment. A woman rarely forgets the man who made her feel deeply, even if the relationship wasn't perfect, but she forgets the man who becomes weak, needy, predictable, and overly available. Love without boundaries becomes dependence. Dependence becomes pressure. Pressure becomes repulsion. A woman can't detach from strength. She only detaches from submissiveness disguised as love. Here's the kicker. The moment you made her your mission, you stopped being her mystery. And the moment you stopped being her mystery, she started checking out emotionally. Attraction is not about chasing. It's about being a man who doesn't chase, because women don't stay attached to the man who needs them. They stay attached to the man they need to figure out. Let me show you exactly how this plays out in real life. She pulls away. You text. Did I do something? Why aren't you replying? I just want to fix things. Result? She feels pressured. Her interest drops. The right way, she pulls away. You respond with space, calm energy. Your next text is simple. No worries. Hope you're good. Result, she rereads that message. She wonders why you're not emotional. Her curiosity spikes. You free this week? I really want to see you. Tell me when you're available. Too eager, too accommodating. The right way. I'll be in your area Thursday. If you're free, join. If not, all good. Smooth, confident, detached. She says, I need space. You panic. The right way. She says, I need space. You respond, take it. I respect that. No resistance, no begging, no confusion. She'll think about that response far longer than she'll think about pressure. You are more valuable than your fear suggests. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay scarce, stay you. Listen carefully. You've spent too many months, maybe even years, compromising your worth to keep someone close. You lowered your standards, you lost your center, you ignored the signs, you let anxiety lead you. But today, something changes. You're not the man who chases anymore. You're not the man who over-explains. You're not the man who panics over silence. You are the man she remembers, the man she can't fully detach from, the man whose absence speaks louder than other men's presence. Because the truth is simple. A woman detaches from boys who chase. She struggles to detach from men who walk in purpose. Reclaim that purpose. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your identity. This is your wake-up call. So here's the takeaway. She can't detach from you because you were more than a moment. You were an emotional experience. But keeping that power requires confidence, mystery, boundaries, and silence when needed. You are stronger than you think. Don't hand your power away anymore. Have you ever been in this situation? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one, and don't miss the next video. Why giving your loyalty too soon makes her pull away. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, join the Decoded Thoughts family. We're just getting started.